Does practice really matter at these high levels? Yes, it does. You need to practice and get better at, Zenny, being more well-rounded with champions. You need to know the limits in matchups, like what you can push, what you can't push, and just like overall practice in general helps to make sure that you're on your A game, that you're thinking well, you're making good decisions, that you're shooting well. Like, it is really important. Why do you think I practice the way that I do? Now, so the weird thing is, though, it seems to help Razy to not play a lot. I think it's just because he like stresses himself out and gets burnt out if he plays enough. So for him, just having just a quality 2 to 4 hours a week for just one match helps him. But it's not something many people can do. If a lot of players in the league tried to do that, their skill wouldn't be high enough. It's a very unique situation. Do I spend a lot of time in maps by myself? Just when it's a new map. I will run around it by myself with certain champs and kind of figure out how I think the map should be played, what champions are going to be good on it, and just, try to learn it right away. But otherwise, like, I don't really just go in maps by myself other than like warming up on Sundays. I'll just run around with the champs on my matchups, and I just practice my movement and get crisp and fluid. Well, Zenny, there is diminishing returns for sure, but that's why I've always said it's better to have quality practice over quantity, because at some point, if you're playing too much, you're going to be tired, and you're just going to go through the motions, which will then create bad habits. So it's all about it's about pushing your mental fortitude and intensity to being able to play.
20 months for the Sausage King. GOAT.
1 second, I'll get to the sub in a second. It's about being able to push yourself to be able to play at a tournament standard, right? So let's say once we get to the tournament, you're going to need to potentially play on a given day. Let's see, how many did I have to play on the finals day? I had to play Kilson, Razy. And so that was 2 best of 5s and a best of 7. So essentially I had to play like 4 hours worth of gameplay, like 3 to 4 hours worth. So it's all about being able to get yourself to be mentally tough enough and to where you can push your mind to think at the highest level for that amount of time, because you're not really going to be playing more than that in a given day. And with how our weekly matches go, like, we know pretty much, well, most of us know, like, early in the week what our matchup is. Like, we do our picks and bans early like we're supposed to. And so then you can plan, like, for 4 to 5 days in advance. Like, you already know what matchups you're going into. But once it comes to playoff time, you don't really get that luxury. It's like you win the match, and then you have to pick right away. And so then you don't get to... That's the time where it's like all of the weeks in practice that's built up to that, you know what matchups that you want, and you lock in what you're confident with. Because there is no extra preparation time at that point. What keeps me at the top? I say my reviewing. I review a lot. Like pretty much every game that I play, I watch back. Because thankfully you can just fast forward. And so it doesn't take as long. So I might stream for 4 hours, but reviewing only takes an hour and a half, 2 hours. That's it. And so I just look for like little things that I'm like, okay, this is something I need to start doing. Every time that I get a kill in this scenario, I have to put pressure here. Or these are certain spawn situations I should look out for. Or these were some nice, shot angles and, sound fake cues or whatever that this opponent used, blah, blah, blah. And try to, implement it into my game